Welcome to One Brothas Mind, and I am KD Smooth. Today we will question and challenge popular information and views from a B1 perspective, while we expose the real facts you need. We do this to strengthen your logical, critical, and discerning thinking skills. Because in today's world, hard choices are mandatory and they come with consequences. So you need all the information. And at One Brothas Mind, we do this from a B1 Yeshua the Christ followers perspective. Now, if you're not ready, you better get ready with KD Smooth at One Brothas Mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's KD Smooth coming back at you with a new report. I pray you all are doing well. Shalom, shalom, family. Family, this evening's report, we're going to do hopefully a quick hitter, but definitely something that you need to be aware of and prepared for. If you haven't heard, family, just in the last few days, there was a planned domestic terrorist Baltimore power station attacks that were stopped or prevented. That's right, family. Some domestic terrorists planned some attacks on power stations in Baltimore, and their plan was stopped or prevented. Before we get into this story, family, please hit the like button, share this report on all your social media with all your peoples, and be sure to be subscribed to One Brothas Mind, where we try to bring you the information and facts you need. Okay, family. Wow. All right. Real quick. Y'all see the thumbnail? Yes. If you hadn't heard of it, it's not really been reported widely on mainstream media. And there's reasons for that. That's on purpose. This should have been a leading story, but it was not. It should have been nationally a leading story, but so far it has not been. But we're going to dig into this and get you updated so you know what's going on. To start off, I got a short clip that I'm going to share with you guys, and then at the end of that clip, we're going to come back and chop it up right after the end of the clip. All right, let me get this together. Finish getting this together. Give me just a moment, family. All right, we are about there. Okay. Here we go, family.
We are here this morning to announce the arrests of Sarah Clandaniel and Brandon Russell on criminal complaints for conspiring to attack our local power grid. As the criminal complaint alleges, Clandaniel and Russell conspired and took steps to shoot multiple electrical substations in the Baltimore area, aiming to, quote, completely destroy this whole city. But these plans were stopped thanks to the swift action and collaboration of our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners.
As alleged in the complaint, Sarah Beth Clandaniel and Brandon Russell conspired to inflict maximum harm on the power grid, a key component of our critical infrastructure. The accused were not just talking, but taking steps to fulfill their threats and further their extremist goals. Russell provided instructions and location information. He described attacking the power transformers as the greatest thing somebody can do. In her own words, Clandaniel said she was determined to do this. She added, "It would lay this city to waste."
Okay, family. Just a quick update there. Yeah. These two fools, these two terrorists, thankfully were captured and arrested and are in the legal process at this time. According to reports, I believe they are being held without bail. But yeah, let's get a little bit more detail on this story. Like I said, it wasn't really, or seems to not have been really reported much on mainstream, lamestream media. Most reports that I've seen on social media are little short clips, like 30-second clips, but there's quite a bit of information about this plan and that they're not reporting. And you need to know, family. All right, here we go. I'm going to share with you a report, an additional report from NBC News on this that was published February 6th and by Michael Koznar and David K. Lai. All right. The FBI captured two people, one a nationally known neo-Nazi leader, before they could launch an attack on Baltimore's power grid that had the potential to completely destroy this whole city, authorities said Monday. The suspects, Brandon Russell and Sarah Clandaniel, were taken into custody last week in Florida and Maryland, respectively. Federal authorities described the alleged plot as racially or ethnically motivated. I'm going to repeat that, family. Federal authorities described the alleged plot as racially or ethnically motivated. Hate crimes. Yeah, these fools on your screen, these demons on your screen right here. More than 61% of Baltimore's residents are black. Russell, 27, is a founder of a Atomwaffen division, a neo-Nazi group bent on ushering in the collapse of civilization, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. The group admires Charles Manson and supports the idea of lone wolf violence. The alleged plot was first flagged in June after an FBI informant claimed to have been contacted by Russell, who wanted to attack electrical substations and has provided guidance on how to cause maximum damage, according to the criminal complaint filed against the pair. Russell then contacted the informant with Clandaniel, a Maryland resident, to hash out plans for an attack on stations in and around Baltimore, federal authorities said. The pair and the informant worked with urgency, as Clandaniel says she was terminally ill with a kidney ailment and was unlikely to live more than a few months, according to the criminal complaint. Clandaniel, 34, had 5 stations in her crosshairs: in Norrisville, Registerstown, and Perry Hall, Maryland, and 2 more in the vicinity of Baltimore. Attacks on all 5 would be a ring around Baltimore, and if they hit a number of them all at the same day, they would completely destroy the whole city, Clandaniel allegedly said in a recorded conversation, the complaint revealed. Thomas J. Sopskinski, the special agent in charge of the FBI Baltimore's office, said the suspects were serious in their efforts to paralyze the city of 580,000 people. The accused were not just talking about taking steps to fulfill their threats and further their extremist goals. Russell provided instructions and location information. He described attacking the power transformers as the greatest thing somebody can do. Their actions threatened the electricity and heat of our homes, hospitals, and businesses. Russell got on the FBI's radar in 2018 when his Muslim roommate deleted 2 other roommates who had taunted him about his faith. The deletion probe in Tampa, Florida, uncovered Russell's connection to the Adam Warfin group. Russell was arrested and ultimately convicted of possession of an unregistered destructive device. Yeah. Let's continue. Clandaniel appeared in handcuffs Monday afternoon before U.S. Magistrate Judge G. Richard Collins in Baltimore. Clandaniel, who has shoulder-length red hair, wore a gray jacket with a fuzzy collar. She did not appear to be wearing any shoes, only winter socks. Collins told Clandaniel that she could face up to 20 years if she is convicted of conspiring to destroy an energy facility. The government asked for her to be held without bail, and the defense did not oppose that request. A federal public defender was assigned to represent Clandaniel and left court Monday without making any comment. Russell appeared in a federal court in Florida on Monday, and a magistrate judge ordered him held. He will be transported to U.S. District Court in Baltimore. His defense lawyer could not be immediately reached for comment on Monday night. Eric L. Barron, the U.S. Attorney for Maryland, thanked local and state law enforcement agencies for their collaboration. He went on and on about some other babble. A little further, attacks on the country's power grid came into focus in December after 2 high-profile incidents. There were shootings at 2 electrical substations in central North Carolina in early December. At the peak of Duke Energy outages, more than 45,000 homes and businesses were in the dark. They were followed by attacks at 4 electrical substations on Christmas weekend near Tacoma, Washington, as about 14,000 homes and businesses were forced to do without power. And family, there's been a couple of other ones around the country that have occurred. So, yeah. Did you know about this, family? Most of y'all didn't, because I just recently heard about it, and just in the last few hours, and I dug in to do some research on this information, and there's very, very few mainstream media reports out, especially not, like broadcast reports. There's some articles about it, like I just shared with you, but they're just kind of keeping this pretty much hush hush. Why is this not on national mainstream media? Right when it happened, when the arrests were made. Yeah. Anyway, the primary question I have for you, family, is: are you prepared? Are y'all ready? Because this stuff is going to continue to happen. In fact, I believe the attempts and successful attacks are going to increase. The question is, family, are you ready? Do you have your food stores backed up, your supplies? Do you have water storage, or at least the ability to filter your water? Do you have, electrical generators or solar generators? Do you have your power tools, family? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Because you not only have to worry about these attacks just randomly, but oftentimes these terrorists are going to attempt these attacks during severe weather conditions to try to mask their tracks. Are you ready? Now, if you followed the story out of North Carolina, that attack, they actually did significant damage to those power stations there. And many people, thousands, were without power for several days. Are you ready? Let's see if you're ready, family, because you got to keep in mind, during any of these types of successful attacks where power is taken out, and again, with the example of Carolina, it's not just them turning the switches back on and reconnecting this. No, they've literally damaged the equipment. So sometimes in these terrorist attacks, they're going to have to get new parts or ship new parts in before they can begin to try to do the repairs so they can restore power. So theoretically, that type of situation, those type of repairs could take days, if not a couple of weeks, before full power is restored. Are you ready? When you got a power outage like that, keep in mind, family, in addition to the other ways you need to be prepared, a lot of the gas stations are not going to be open. You ain't gonna be able to just go and get some gas for your car. You also many grocery stores may literally just shut down because they don't have power. Especially ones that, some of them will have backup generators, trying to be prepared for things like this, but you never know. Some of these grocery stores and get caught off guard as well, and they may have to just close the doors and say, "Oh, we don't have power, so when the power comes back on, we'll open back up." So do you have your food stores? Here's another one. When the power goes out, there's a good chance your internet gonna go out too, because the ISP in your area may not have power. Hopefully they have backup generators ready to go. But even if they do, a lot of the ISPs route their services, the internet, through other extension stations that require power, and they may not have power. That's why, many of you have already experienced, outages with your ISP. A lot of times that's what the problem is. There's a break in the chain somewhere. that doesn't have power. Are y'all thinking about these things? Are you putting things in place for you and your family to be prepared for these things? Because they're coming. They're really already happening. This is just one, thankfully, that the authorities so-called stopped. But there are going to be more attempts like this, and there's going to be some that are going to be successful. Are you ready? In fact, who knows if there is going to come a time where there's outages in your area and the authorities just make the decision not to inform the public of the truth that there was an attack. They just say there was an outage, there's some down lines or bad parts, and basically they just lie and say we're working on it, but they don't really tell the full truth that there were attacks, there's been terrorist attacks, because they don't want the public to get into a panic. So when next time your power goes out, how will you really know what the cause is? Are you ready? Yeah, family. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this story that they're trying to bury. And don't sleep. This was an attempted or a planned hate crime attack on a whole city. Don't sleep on that, family. Yeah. So, y'all let me know what y'all think on this story. You know, what do y'all think other than, the prepared items that I've shared with you this evening in this report? What other suggestions y'all have to, help us as a whole be prepared? I mean, do you have your electric or gas or solar generator? I know, I've actually been saving for to purchase a whole house solar backup generator. That's what I've been putting stack of cheese for to make happen. But, I get it. Those are kind of expensive for some of them. Okay? So if you can't afford a whole house solar generator set up, at least get something. Get a smaller generator, preferably solar, because remember, the gas stations may be out. So if you got a gas generator and after you run out of gas, you can't just go. You may not be able to go to the gas station to get more gas to run your gas generator. The gas stations may be closed, which is another reason why solar is a better option overall. But again, solar gets kind of expensive. So family, if you ain't got a generator or you ain't got a plan put together, time is ticking. They're coming. So again, let's chop it up in the comments on this one. Let me know what y'all think. And also smash the like button, share this report on all your social media with all your peoples, and be sure to be subscribed to One Brothas Mind, where we try to bring you the information and facts you need. And this concludes this broadcast for One Brothas Mind. We thank you for joining us. And as a part of the new Black media, B1 choices are mandatory and being on code is required. But never fear, Yeshua the Christ is with you always. Shalom.